This next slide talks about inspiratory time. Normal inspiratory time is 0.8 to 1.2 seconds. The longer that inspiratory time you have, the higher the mean airway pressure. So you would be increasing oxygenation, but you have to watch out for auto PEEP and making sure they have enough time to exhale. So theoretically, if you put your inspiratory time at 0.8 to 1.2 seconds and you have your liter flow from 40 to 80 liters per minute, your patient will have the correct inspiratory time. The next slide talks about flow rates, and these are again pictures from your book, and we talked about them in Intro to Mechanical Ventilation. Spontaneously breathing patients like me and you have the sine waveform. That is the most natural. The square waveform that's up on the top left is what we have with volume control. It is not natural at all, but you'll still see it used. The one in the top right is called the ascending. Don't ever use it. It's terrible. It causes volume trauma, barotrauma, and all kinds of bad things. On the bottom, we have the decelerating or the descending ramp. That is what you want to see on your vent. If your patient's not breathing spontaneously, decelerating waveform is what we want. It is the best, and I say that because it has higher mean airway pressures with lower pressures. I mean, like lower peak inspiratory pressure, lower peak airway pressure, but yet our mean airway pressure is higher. So that means we have better oxygenation with less barotrauma, decreased dead space. It's all good things. And so guess what kind of mode that is? That would be pressure control. That's why I like pressure control. It's because it airs up the lungs better, safer, less dead space, less injury. Okay, the next slide talks about oxygen percentage. You can see it's a known over known equals desired over desired. So that means if I know what my PaO2 is from an ABG and I know my FO2, I can figure out where I need to turn my FO2 to get the PaO2 that I want. We did that with the CO2 earlier in the slideshow, so it's just like that. The next slide down talks about an inspiratory pause. We don't really do that anymore. Your book talks about it, but it's inverse IE ratio is basically what it is. And still, instead of setting a pause time, we just set an inverse IE ratio. We do it to increase the mean airway pressure. It can be uncomfortable for patients, so we have to watch out for that.